without further ado, what I'm going to do is start introducing some of our candidates. One of our candidates, Elizabeth Santos, was not able to make it tonight, so she sent a representative here to speak on her behalf. Would you please come to the mic? And her name is Mallary. So Mallary is going to speak for about 5 minutes. She's going to give a statement about Elizabeth's campaign.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for having me here. My name is Mallary. I'm a 13-year veteran teacher, and I teach currently at HISD. I'm here to speak on behalf of Elizabeth, who unfortunately had, well, fortunately for her, she has a fundraising event tonight that had planned weeks ago. And so, because she is the only campaign candidate, since she is the only candidate running that is not taking money from HISD vendors, we have to take our message directly out to the parents, the community members, and to the taxpayers, because we have to convince them that this investment in our campaign is actually an investment in our city's future. So far, our efforts have been met with overwhelmingly positive response. We have learned support. Sorry, I'm nervous. It's okay. It's completely different speaking in front of adults. We have earned support from all corners of District 1. We have a team of dedicated volunteers like myself, made up of public school parents, teachers, former students, current students, family members, and community members. We have a mix of experienced block walkers and first-time voters. Of the endorsements we've received, Ms. Santos is particularly proud of the one from Texas Students United, which is the only student-run PAC in Texas. Our community is supporting, funding, and running our campaign. And as a teacher, nothing makes Elizabeth happier than to see students stand up and demand that their voice be heard. I would like to tell you a little bit more about Elizabeth Santos and who she is and how she persevered through things in life and through school and became the dedicated voice for the community that she is today. Elizabeth was born and raised in Northside. She graduated from the 3 neighborhood schools, Herrera Elementary, Burbank Middle, and Sam Houston High School. Soon after beginning her studies, which by the way, all those are on District 1, she then went to University of Houston downtown, where she slowly realized that she did not have the skills to write an essay. And so she had to work 10 times harder than those students that were around her. She had to be able to close the gap between her peers and herself. Elizabeth's public school education failed her because of where she grew up. 17 years later, 9 of which she has been spent teaching in schools in District 1, we are still failing so many of our kids that attend neighborhood schools in the areas of highly concentrated poverty. Elizabeth Santos loves teaching, but she can no longer sit back, lock herself in her classroom, and allow her own community to be neglected. There has never been a District 1 representative from the east side of I-45, despite the fact that 57% of the students in the district attend schools there. Many candidates you will hear from tonight will talk about inequity, but why is there inequity in HISD? For too long, HISD has been governed by politicians, beholders to their donors, and their consuls. Trustees can take up to $500 from a business owner, turn around, and vote to contract that business. That number should be $0. Elizabeth Santos is beholden only to her students, former and current, her family living in District 1, her colleagues, and her neighbors. That is why we've been implementing the community schools model at the center of our platform. We are committed not just to building great schools at HISD, but also building great communities around those schools. We need to stop thinking about a school as merely a place where classes happen. It is a place where students should be able to grow and develop in a healthy environment with supports to be put in place to ensure that they are themselves healthy. It is a place where students should find and learn to exercise their voice to build connections that will strengthen the community and learn about their history and their culture. As trustee, Ms. Santos' role will be to enact policy that supports the vision of Superintendent Richard Carranza, who we believe is committed to raising up our communities, not just our test scores.
Okay, and again, that was Mallary, representative from the Elizabeth Santos for HISD campaign. She's going to stick around until the end of today's town talk. So if anyone has any questions for her or for Elizabeth Santos, she'll be available during the audience Q&A time for questions.